Once I heard a quote when I was studying Chinese medicine that all sickness is, in fact, homesickness. I think that there's great truth to that. When we are sick in our bodies, we long to be healthy. We long for the wholeness of our bodies, for the transparency of having a body. When we're healthy, we often don't even notice that there is a body. It's just functioning as it is. So certainly physical sickness, with physical sickness there arises a longing to get back to health. And with emotional sickness, we long for peace, for stability, to be home, to be ourselves. And when there is circumstantial illness in politics or in wars or in our families, in the events that are natural to the earth and the events that we would call unnatural, we long for some equilibrium, for some righting of that. And that's not necessarily longing for the obliteration of the cause of the imbalance, but actually a longing for the righting of that, so that we can once more live our lives in peace and in harmony. The longing that is deeper than physical longing, or mental, emotional longing, or even circumstantial longing, is a spiritual longing. Because even if your health is good, and your emotions are stable, and your life is a life of peace and privilege, which is true of everyone who is listening to this now, at least in this moment, there is still, in certain people, and I include you in this group certainly, there is still something that is calling you that no amount of health can give you, that no amount of emotional stability can give you, that no amount of relationship stability can give you, that no amount of the world functioning as you think it should function can give you. That's the deepest longing. That's the longing for home. Even if we make our peace in faraway lands and we still long for home, we know that there is an ache or loneliness or just a call for something more, something deeper. And that's the beauty of our gathering. That's what we are in each other's life. That's what got us to each other. When I met Papaji, I was thrilled to meet someone who would directly address this longing, not with giving me more practice or mantra or ideas, teachings, but just in inviting me or even commanding me to be still, to stop everything, to open, in fact, to that longing. I had considered myself an inward person. I had worked on myself. I had been aware of my patterns and my emotions and my habits. But I had never considered actually stopping and being still. I had practiced meditation, primarily visualization meditation, Tibetan Buddhist visualization, and some Zen meditation where I counted my breaths, and Vipassana meditation where I simply followed the sensations of my body or opened my mind to be aware, mindfulness meditation. But I had never considered the possibility that deeper than all of that and closer than all of that, there is simply what is always still, that is always here. So in my search for getting home, or getting satisfaction, or getting love, getting peace, whatever I was naming it at any particular time, it really had nothing to do with me, with the truth of who I am. It was all about fixing something else, fixing my emotions, rather than looking deeper than my emotions, fixing my world, rather than looking deeper than my world. So this longing for home is the most sublime longing. And I don't assume that everyone has it, but I know that you would not be a part of this conversation if it hadn't already called you. And I also suspect that you have looked many places and gained much richness from the places you have looked. And now we meet, and I am able to freshly, for the first time, bring you the invitation to stop, to recognize what is always here, to turn your attention for just a moment away from getting home or finding home, and just allow yourself to, in fact, in reality, be home, which is to be who you are. Just to recognize yourself as the silence that transcends everything that is closer than anything.